All right, welcome back. I have a little, I have all the things going on. Okay, great, awesome. Now that we're over that, moving on. I was fortunate enough to record a wonderful music piece outside. And to be honest, that's not why I'm fortunate. I mean, it's one of the many reasons why I'm fortunate, but I'm really actually fortunate because last night I had a dream about, okay, this is gonna be obscure, but it's fine. Okay, I had a dream about someone who crossed many of my boundaries, especially when I was very little, just crossed many of my boundaries. And I was very much so taught and kind of put in this place of reiterating two things, really not understanding my worthiness, but always saying I'm fine. And there's a third thing, but it may or may not show up. So yeah. So like, I'm not fine, not in my heart, not my throat, not in any of these other places, but in my root chakra. And I had this dream and I actually need help deciphering it to show it out to the Moonly app. Their dream decipher is like surprisingly wonderful. Yeah, so, and it talked because I said like, okay, so this person came in, did something to me, then did like, and it was like this, anyhow, doesn't even matter. The dream happened, and at the end I like remarked though that I had gone down to the basement and it was entirely rearranged. In fact, it was like entirely different. Like, I think the floor plan was the same, but everything that could be different was different. It was so bizarre. And so I just yeah, oh wait, I'm getting more insights now about my dream. Okay, this is fascinating. Should we just dissect this? And honestly, fuck, why not? I mean, that's way more interesting than me babbling about obscureness. Obscurities, if you pardon me. Okay, well, it's 2 minutes 33 seconds, so I can either end here if there's that little snippet, but I'm gonna get into this. I'm really curious about this. I'm gonna get into this, and why not record it? Okay. So, sorry if I outright say anything that anybody takes offensively. I love you anyway. Always, I love you. Yeah, I love you. And go check out the song that I sang, because the whole point of this is that it's leading to my awakening. It's leading to my full presence of being here and now. And being online and like protecting myself. It's like all of this stuff combined. So it's ultimately leading somewhere super beautiful, super positive, super powerful. Like, these are lessons that are just making me more and more powerful. So thank you for them. Even if they were a little odd, or even if perhaps now you have to deal with the consequences, because I will say that that was part of it, is that in creating this space and everything, I said I take it back. Now, both meaning I take it back into my heart, like I love myself, every single thing as a part of me, and also take it back. I'm returning it to you. What is that which is yours? I return to you. Any of your energy, your baggage, your thoughts, your experience, I return it to you. Your actions, your deeds are now back responsible by you. So I am saying that here and now because that is how it is. I have too much to do to waste my energy holding on to things that are not mine. I am no longer going to keep hold of anybody else's baggage. I'm in releasing mine. I'm eating it and shitting it out, if you want the proper terminology. That's what's happening. I am consuming it, ingesting it, so that I can allow it to move through my body and release from my entire system. I am releasing, I am shedding, and I am shedding through the inversion of that, through taking and collecting the beautiful gold and gems and lessons and, particularities and everything, the message, and then I'm releasing it because I am no longer that story, and I am allowing myself to be fully in the present moment. And in the present moment, I am a badass motherfucker, okay? I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, I'm completely worthy. But how the dream started. Okay, see, now we're just getting into like family business. I got very distracted by my shoulder for a moment there, so let me just... Okay. Actually, I do want it that way. Okay, I'm so excited to do this. This sounds so much fun. It's like group family therapy thing. Welcome to the Aneka Van Hansen show. Okay. Anyhow, we're gonna stop giving off and get into this. Okay, so as I bring up aspects of this dream, I'll probably be connecting dots and moving things together and in places. So we will probably do some time jumping, which is why it's here, and just like story looping and telling in different nuanced ways. And I am going to say right now, Aneka, you are not allowed to edit this. Other people may, but you are not allowed to edit this. Weird, why? Okay, fine. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, moving on. The dream started with me being here in this house, but it was different. Now, the 2 floors, this one and the top one, were mainly the same. Equate this to the chakra system. Just a little thing. Anyhow, so the middle one here was only loosely changed, but again, no significant details. It still had a similar-ish energy, just a little, I would say maybe of a younger energy, if that's the only thing. Okay, coming in, I was here on this first floor, I guess, and my dad is coming to visit. Now, I am like, I'm in this body, or like I am this stage in my growth period, maybe is what I'd say, is I'm this being, and he's himself kind of at this age, like we're present, and things are, it's an odd dream. He comes in and I'm excited to see him. Like, I'm partly relieved and think that maybe things will be different and we'll get to, you know, actually share with each other and be intimate. And when I say intimate, I literally just mean in like exposing, like just having a relationship, you know, just talking, like not weird half conversations we have, but like actually just, you know, being like mother or a father and daughter, like that type of affection, which honestly, I can't even totally say I know what that looks like. But anyhow, so literally what happens in the dream then is, okay, I need to make a serious decision. Because I'm sitting in this chair. We're gonna let the clock ring. That was it? Okay. Here we go. Earlier today, this morning, I pulled a card that was number 38, Foggy Bog. It was, above that was the 2 of Swords, so like choices and decision making kind of thing. What one are you going to choose? There's some other cases or meanings, but this is how it's showing up for this one. And also, yeah. And then obviously that oracle card that I pulled with it was Patience. Foggy Bog. What the heck? That's so difficult to say. Foggy Bog. Okay, Foggy Bog. It basically said not to make a decision. That's basically what it said. It said, like, before you move forward, like, wait for the fog to clear. And in hearing that, okay, maybe this is just going to go in an entirely different direction. I have no idea, but 10:55 as I'm seeing that, whatever that means. Change, I guess. Change, new beginnings and change. Okay, here's the deal. In making these videos, part of my concerns are emotional, part of my concerns are personal, part of my concerns are material, more so in the sense of like actual physical objects and things, and then practical. There we go. And then practical. So on the practicality side of things, I understand that if I'm going to be going as public as for which I will be going. Okay. I'm so excited and I'm so worthy. So worthy. Okay, anyhow, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Okay. Sorry, let me just some of the practical concerns are I'm like, this gets me so excited. But anyhow, if I'm really meant to shine and show and do what I'm meant to do, and part of that is in this really raw format where right now I'm free. Like, I don't know how to say that. I'm free because nobody's like watching me or anything yet. Like, I'm really free. Now, I know that's not necessarily going to be the case, and I'm sure the series will be watched in a very interested way, but I'm kind of free. Like, for the most part, when people aren't looking at you, you can do whatever you want. Fuck, you can throw trash on the ground, you can pick your nose, you can, you can stick your gum under something, I don't know. Anyhow, the point being that really there's not much harm that can be done. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and necessarily do those things I just mentioned, but there is a certain essence where it's like, I don't like this, but if somebody has their back to you and you stick your tongue out at them, there's a different experience for which is had for you and that other being, even that. I'm not going there. I'm not going to the quantum. Okay, fuck, fine, we're going to the quantum realm. See, this is why it's chaos with me. This is what I'm telling you when I edit my anyhow, so going, why though? Why? Because it'll be fun. Of course it'll be fun. It's always fun. Understanding that in the quantum realm, there is every type of experience. There is a piece, an essence, a particle, or whatever that is experiencing the opposite choice, the opposite option. There are all of those. So with that understanding that yes, at one point, this person is present and is turned around and sees them sticking their tongue out. And the other hand, they're turned around and whatever. And we can go crazy more situations, but we're not going to for the practicality of this. So there is, despite in some ways that being still perhaps having the option to experience either one of those, this being also has the option to experience either one of those. So this one might experience it this way, whereas this one might experience the other person this way. So you have no, there's whatever. It's just whatever happens to be and where you are. Now, even with that, there is still a noticeable difference between both of the beings depending on what they are doing and what they are witnessing. I'll be honest, in this process of telling you, I have no idea where I am or where I'm going with this. We're going to keep going. Now, in the essence that, let's say there's a whole crowd around you watching you, and you stick your tongue out at this person who, whether they're looking at you or not, honestly, at this point doesn't really matter, because especially in a day and age where we all have cell phones and technology and communication at speeds, quicker than light. Yeah, but anyhow, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff out there where I understand that moving forward with this, practically whatever, okay, basically I'm wondering how personal I can be, I guess. No matter what, I'm always going to be authentic. That's not in question. That's out of question. In fact, like, I am authentic, period. Like, I will not allow myself to be dishonest. Now, if I'm accidentally dishonest with myself and then dishonest with you, I'm sorry. That part, I will do my best to understand as always, and come back to you and everything, but I cannot promise that. If there's something I am like, see, and that's part of it too. So what I'm also asking about is in my discussion about my own life that involves other people, right? Like, I have a past, there are people in my past, there are people in my future, I have a future, and then those are all sideways, and who knows what I'll meet and what I'll do and everything. Either way, right now, I am who I am, and I'm super confident going forward. But at the same time, there are so many things that I wish to talk about my past that do occasionally involve other people in my experience. So maybe this is what I say, in part as a disclaimer, except I also need to acknowledge the fact that if I'm to say things, I understand that people could be triggered. And that's a good word for it. I understand that I could very severely upset some people. I could perhaps even say things that, while true in my reality, are not their reality. In fact, that is likely. I am likely to occasionally share a story that another party would share a different story of. And I say that that is more than likely because this is what I have witnessed every single time I have hung out with a group of people, that each and every single one of us has an entirely different iteration of the story. I mean, completely different, like down to like specific details, energy, things, like complete opposites. Like, so I'm sure that will be the case. And yet, I seek to be as raw and as honest and as open and as loving as I possibly can be. So I guess in sharing some of this information with the realization that this is likely something that potentially hundreds of thousands of, who knows how many people could see this. And yet I don't wish to censor myself. I wish to speak honestly. And yet I also obviously don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to do something that will damage them or their life in any way. Whether I say something and in maybe the most heart-loving way possible, whatever, and they get it and they're okay with it, or they dealt with it, or, you know, we've already had a conversation or something like that. But then other people, like let's say online people, because while I am you, you are me, we are still on various parts of our journeys and have a million totality expressions of ourselves. So like, your sovereign choice is your sovereign choice. It's not mine. You know, I might make a sovereign choice, but I can't necessarily expect the same thing from absolutely every person I come across. So kind of with that a little bit too, it's like, not only how do I then put up good, beautiful protection on myself, and then also how do I put up beautiful protection for the people on this channel, or for the people that I might speak about on this channel, because I don't want them to get hellfire rained upon them for something that, you know, something that we were a part of and they just happened to be a part of it in a famous person's life. Like, and who knows, maybe that's their karma. Like, literally, maybe that's just the story that they have to go through to close something else for themselves. I don't know, but like, I don't like it. It's not an energy I like. I don't think we have to, you know, purge our karma through the same type of energy of disdain or hatred or pain or suffering. I think the whole point of me coming on to say this, to do this, to create this, to be here, literally both here in this moment, here on this planet, and here, period, in the entire global of universes, okay? Like, here's the thing. I have witnessed so much transformation within myself, not through a path of fear or targeting or judgment, but through a path of love, compassion, kindness, understanding, curiosity, openness. And I don't want to share things that are, I don't want to say highly personal, because that's part of why I want to share them, is because I know it's not just me. I know that there's so many people on this planet and on this, watching this in general, on this planet, beingness. If you've come here, welcome. Welcome. It's great to have you. It really is. And I want to be open with you. I want to be fully myself in all of totality, and share stories that some will be more specific to me, some will be more specific to you, and some will be who knows. Okay? All of the above, right? So, and as much as it might be like, oh, we'll just keep names out of it, and yet there are enough locations where everybody will be able to find information about the person I was talking about, even if I don't name them. I mean, come on, it's not like we're dumb, and we do have AI. Like, that's gonna just scan everything that this woman has ever put in an archive, and you will discover it. I mean, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? I'm just saying, why wouldn't I? And obviously make it free. Anyhow, whatever, it doesn't matter. I can't believe I can't edit this. This is irresponsible. 23 minutes and 13 seconds. Irresponsible, I will say. Okay. So, yeah. This is what it's like to be a day with Aneka. It's chaos. But so I wonder about this stuff, and honestly, it trips me up a little bit making a video and being so overtly aware of a million different things on my mind as I'm trying to like talk about one thing. And then this is also just very much so part of my creative process, maybe is what I would say too, is where there's like a lot of stuff that is within me and in my field that I'm constantly reading and digesting. So whether that's super practical things, like about the fact that, you know, right now I'm just on my camera because it's honestly what I'm most comfortable with, because I don't have to think about my microphone and my camera that, you know, I can't totally tell. It's like here, it's right here. Listen to the time again. Da 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 da. So and then we turn to breath again and again and again, always. I was questioning trust earlier. In part, questioning if I could trust myself. And in getting to really be super present for the last year and a half now, practice, of course, always practice, but I was able to really get to know a lot about myself and my patterns, habits, thoughts, beliefs, ways of acting, you know, just patternings, everything, what I believe. You know, I still don't know myself from your perspective, but I do have a semblance of how I will act, if you will. Perhaps. I see the journey. I don't know. I see the journey. Okay. So I do feel like I trust myself. But if I'm to fully trust myself, there's an essence, as you are me, I am you, that I also therefore must trust you. I must trust the people around me in this world. I must. Whether it's a hologram from something within me that is outside of me and therefore I am, you know, with me, or whether it's literally like the bigger source that we come from. That is us, right? I hate the fact, if I seriously can't edit this, I'm sorry, I'm getting so annoyed by this, because every little thing, like, that's what you realize, is every single second is precious. Every single second. It's not like I can just like deep breathe for 10 minutes or something like that. It's not like I can do anything that's like gonna like waste time, like, because we don't like that, okay? We don't want that energy. But my brain and my heart and my centeredness, it's so important to me. It's so important to me. It's so important to me. There's part of me that just really wants to end this here. So I'm going to. And apparently I'm not going to edit it, so I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm willing. I'm willing. May I gently share a rose with this space, and a daffodil, for love and new beginnings. I am so grateful for this space, to have been able to share in it and share with it. To be here. To have been here. I love you, and I love myself. And so it is. May anything and everything that is needed in this space by anyone viewing it, may they absorb it with ease and feel free in their understanding of it. May it be so. May it be so. And so it is. Okay. Bye-bye.